Hi there, my name is Cynthia Wakeo, the Communication and Events Manager at Corporate Staffing Services. Corporate Staffing Services is a HR consultancy firm. We do recruitment and we do training, and part of what we do is hire on behalf of our clients. But as we do that, we also recognize that to empower professionals to be the best for our clients, we also need to do something about it. And part of what we are going to be doing is to be introducing this course. We're going to empower you on how to market yourself to employers. And the course is going to be done by Pamina Swainaina, who is the CEO at Corporate Staffing Services. And I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us why this course is being done and why it's important. Thank you for joining me, Pamina.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Please briefly introduce yourself.
Yes, so as you've mentioned, Pamina Swainaina is my name. I'm the CEO here at Corporate Staffing Services. So I've been with the firm for the last 13 years as of this date. And over that period of time, I've seen the firm grow from a very small entity to where now we've been able to recruit for over 10,000 employers. And these employers, they are spread across the larger East Africa. And in the same period of time, we've been able to interact with very many candidates, I believe over 20,000. You know, candidates, we've been able to interview them for the different clients, and some of them have been praised. And if you visit our website, you'll be able to see some of the clients that we've dealt with. So for me, my day job is to interact with senior professionals who are looking for jobs and also employers who are looking to hire them. So looking forward to this conversation because we would want to empower professionals. Just like you said, professionals are an integral part of our business. So we have an agenda in terms of to make sure that they have the right skills, they know how to approach the job market. And that's why I'm very excited about this course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then tell us the reason behind this course, why we came up with this course.
So the way I looked at it, Cynthia, like I said, I've been at it for the last 13 years. So there are three reasons that made me think about this course. Number one is to speak to that professional who has the right skills, they have the right experience, you know, and they're wondering, what does it take to get hired? Yeah. And so I'll be answering those questions. So if you're there, either you're looking for growth, either you're looking for a better job, I'll be able to answer on how can you go about it. Yeah. Second is that at Corporate Staffing Services, I mean, we receive so many CVs. The reality is we can't be able to give everyone a job here at Corporate Staffing. So on a daily basis, whereas the employers coming, they're recruiting, we can't be able, the demand is so high. But we want to empower the professionals such that even if they are to get jobs through networking, if they are to get jobs by applying to, you know, to other recruiters or even using other means, at least they know what they are doing. So for me, I'm looking at it from what value can we add to the professionals. Yeah. And that reason, Cynthia, is when I was thinking about this course again is I put myself, you know, at the beginning of my career. And all I remember is we were told to go to school, get good grades, you know, write a CV. But that aspect of job search, there's no one who was hand-holding me to teach me this is what you need to do. And so for me, I've seen many professionals make mistakes. And these professionals, they're not just at entry level. You'll find even directors making some of the mistakes that you're going to be discussing during this course. So I want this course to speak to that someone who they're just about to start their career or they're thinking about career growth and they would want to make sure that they do things the right way. Yeah. So for me, those are the three reasons behind this course. And if you're watching this video, I'll tell you just stick with us from the start to the end because it's all for your benefit. We want to empower you. We want you to understand what does it take, you know, to stand out in a competitive job market. Yes, so that you did invest in your college, you've acquired the skills, the qualifications, you've worked elsewhere, you paid the price, you know, in terms of getting experience. But you need also a bit of guidance and hand-holding to be able to make it to the next level. And that's what all this course is about. Yeah. Yeah.
And let's look at the content. Tell us more about that and how it looks like.
So we are not going to spend a lot of time, you know, fluffy things or things like that. So there are 4 sections we are going to look at. So number 1 is the job search process and how to position yourself. Yes. Yeah. Number 2, we are going to look at the CV. if there's an important document when it comes to job search, it's the CV. Yeah. And there's one misconception that professionals have, that a CV is supposed to get me a job. No, a CV is part of the process. A CV is supposed to get you to an interview. And then from an interview, you can be able to make your case, and then you're hired. Yeah. So I'm going to guide you from a recruiter perspective, and also an employer, because I do recruit also even for my own firm here at Corporate Staffing Services. What are the best practices? What could be some of the mistakes that you are making? What do employer look for in a CV? Yeah. So number 2 will be CV. Number 3 is about the interview. And I know this is an area that scares many people. And if you look in this channel, there are so many other videos we've done on interviews. But now, this will be more tailored towards the person who's in the job market now. So you look at the different questions. How do you answer these questions? What are the employer's expectations? How do you negotiate for salary? You know, how do you follow up after the interview? So look at it from, now you've gotten your CV is professional, you've done a good job, and someone is interested in you. How do you handle that part? Until the part where now they give you an offer letter. Yeah. And lastly is about career growth. So I'll be answering the question, what can you do, Cynthia, to ensure that your career does not stagnate, that you get to the next level? Because also the other thing I keep getting from professionals is, okay, I like my job, the pay can obviously be improved, but I'm okay with it, but I feel I've stagnated. I feel there's no growth. I feel I'm no longer excited. So I'm going to share with you tips, not just to help you get a job, but what should you do now that you've gotten a job to make sure that you get into the next level. Yeah.
And I know you've tackled a bit of this, but if this person attends this course, what are the benefits at the end of the day?
For me, the way I look at it is, number 1 is self-awareness. Like I said, chances are, even if you sit with an MD, they'll tell you very few of us were guided in terms of now how to behave ourselves post qualifications, past you graduating. So number 1 is self-awareness. Number 2, with that self-awareness in there, you'll be able to know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what have you been doing well, what do you need to change? Because you can't tell me that you've been sending CVs for 9 months and you've not gotten an interview. The mistake is probably yours. Yeah. You also cannot tell me that you've been going for interviews. You either become number 2 or they don't even give you feedback. Then again, that means it's something that needs to change on your part. Yeah. So with this course, someone is able to identify what the areas they need to improve on. Yeah. And they'll be able to see a difference. So the ultimate goal for me is for someone to be in charge of their career. Yeah, the times of you feeling bad and blaming the government, the economy, your employer, they are long gone. Why? Because I'll share with you tips, which I'm sure if you follow these tips, you see a marked improvement.
Yes.
Yeah.
And finally, who is the target audience for this course?
So at Corporate Staffing, we deal with I would say professionals across various industries, various levels. Like I said, majority of them, I would say, they're just starting their career. They have 3 to 5 years of experience, all the way even to the MDs. Those are the requests we get from employers. So for me, this course will speak to someone who has minimal experience to the very experienced, because the process is more or less the same. It may be a bit different considering the sector or industry or how high the position is, but it's 80%. And the beauty of it is you can look at what applies to you and watch those videos, and the ones you feel you're already competent, you can leave them. Yeah, so I would say the target audience is someone who wants to take charge of their career, someone who wants to make sure that they are not relying on the weather, on the economy to succeed. Yeah, so that now they can make progress in their career.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to the content.
You look like you also want to learn.
Yes, of course. It's very beneficial.
Okay.
Yes.
It's time for me to give back, so I'm also quite excited.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for that, Paminas. And we also hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.